I'm just tying down my edges. I'll take them off later on in the video. This is a lazy natural edition, so if you know that you are a lazy natural but you trying to rock your inches, you're trying to rock your fro, not just rock a fro but a healthy fro. Hello beautiful babies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam and I'm back again with another natural hair video. I got my little book here just so that I get to mention all the things that I want to mention in this video clearly for you guys. I don't know how many times I filmed this intro and I keep on messing up and I keep on just getting sidetracked. So I'm just gonna go with it, whether it's perfect or not. Just a couple of things I want to clear up before I get into this video. I'll try to leave timestamps in the description box for those of you that just want to fly through to the information and you don't want to really hear me rambling. Yeah, so I've got a new setting. So my little sister helped me set this up. We just got a couple of pieces of material and we just threw something together. I was never able to have a setup like this because we moved, my husband and I, and the lighting that we currently have isn't really working with me, the natural lighting compared to our old place. So I was never really able to film without natural lighting, and now I can actually do that. Talking about the second thing I want to talk about, which is this lighting that I've got. But I'm still figuring out the lighting. It took me some time. This shit was messing me around. It was making shadows. It wasn't working with me. I don't know what day it is of us being on lockdown. Like South Africa went into lockdown or went on lockdown a couple of days ago. I'm not too sure when this video is going to be going out. This is something that is happening all around the world and we are all going through this. We just need to try and do what we can do as individuals to help prevent the spread. I don't want to elaborate on it too much, but yeah, hopefully you are at home and not going around visiting your friends during this lockdown, because a lockdown, you need to be at home.
Oh, okay.
On a lighter note, I'm going to be talking about tips that you can use to grow your natural hair in the comfort of your own home. I just want to put it out there that everybody's hair is different. I'm not saying that it's definitely going to work for you, but this is not a product-based video. So it's just things that I have come across that have helped me to grow my natural hair. The things that I'm going to mention is in no order of importance or anything like that. It's just random tips that I've got on my little notepad here that I thought was extremely important, because these are the things that I am doing. The first thing is going to be drinking water, guys. I know that you just want to go onto a natural hair video when you want to try and grow your hair and just hear about quick fixes like drinking supplements and doing all of that shit, but the way I like to see it is you've got all these organs and all of these organs need water. So if you're drinking so little water that it's not enough for your organs, best believe your body does not have time to spare the little water that you are giving it for your hair. Every single person should try and incorporate drinking water, not just for growing their hair, but for overall health. Number 2 is going to be protective styling. Protective styling is such an amazing way for naturals to protect their curls, coils, kinks, whatever you may have. So protective styling is pretty dope. I know a lot of people are not into protective styling, but a protective style doesn't necessarily have to be like box braids, super tight box braids or cornrows or whatever it may be. A protective style can be having your hair in a low bun, having your hair in a high bun, just making sure that you are moisturizing your ends at all times. Okay, so if you are making sure that your hair is moisturized, tucking in your ends so they aren't exposed to the elements. Remember, you're trying to protect your ends because most of the breakage that people experience are from the ends, either being too rough with their hair or just poor health of the hair, so it starts to break from your ends. So if you are nursing your ends to health, there's no way to nurse dead ends. You need to cut them off. But if you are trying to preserve the health of your ends, try tucking them in, moisturizing them with some water, adding an oil, and just tucking it in as a protective style. Protective style should not be tight to the point where they are pulling your brain cells out. It's supposed to be protective. You are supposed to be protecting your hair with this style. Okay, the next one is going to be deep conditioning. This should have actually been the first thing. If you are not deep conditioning your hair and you're trying to grow your hair, if you are natural, I got nothing to say to you, because I mean, you need to be deep conditioning your hair every single time you wash it. Remember, curly hair, kinky hair, coily hair is prone to dryness because of the structure and the way that the hair is. So the molecules in a deep conditioner are way smaller than the molecules in an ordinary conditioner. I think an ordinary conditioner is just there to finesse the tops of your hair, but it doesn't really get to penetrate your hair like a deep conditioner. So it is essential to be deep conditioning your hair every single time, or moisture treating your hair every single time you wash it. Cleansing your hair. I just need to mention the importance of cleansing your hair with a sulfate shampoo. Hear me out before the natural hair Nazis come for me. Hear me out first, okay? If you are just using sulfate-free shampoos, if you are just using co-washing as a means to cleansing your scalp and your hair, you're going to find at some point that, hey, you are experiencing buildup. And if your pores on your scalp are backed up, clogged up, whatever, your scalp isn't clean. You don't have an environment where it's promoting healthy hair growth. I know a lot of naturals that do not touch sulfate shampoos. Their hair is popping, their hair, there's nothing wrong with it. But this is just me sharing my experiences. If you find that never ever using a sulfate shampoo works for you, then do you, boo boo. Like I said, you need to find out what works for you. I'm just sharing what has worked for me. And also, if you are using a sulfate shampoo, I know a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, but it leaves my hair feeling horrible and I just hate the way it feels, all stripped and all feeling like straw. I got you. I got a video on my channel on how I do my pre-poos. So a pre-poo is just adding an oil to your hair before you shampoo it. The oil is going to act as a buffer when you use a sulfate shampoo. So that sulfate shampoo is going to be cleansing off all that excess oil that you put on it as a pre-poo, and it's going to get some of that crap that you've got on your scalp, that you've been piling on your scalp. It's going to get it off, and your scalp is going to be able to breathe. Important to keep your hair moisturized. Make sure that you are actively doing something to keep your hair moisturized. Just stop, pause the video, and feel your hair. Look at your hair. Do your ends feel rough? Are there a lot of single strand knots? If you look at it under a light, by keeping a light under your hair and looking down, you can clearly see where your split ends are. By no means am I saying my hair is perfect and I ain't got no split ends. I've got split ends, but I'm trying to keep them at bay, or trying to control the split ends that I have on my head. It's inevitable to get split ends at some point. Everybody has it, no matter how healthy your hair is. If you don't have split ends, well done. But I sometimes experience that I get split ends. I get lazy too sometimes, and I'll be pulling stuff off, and I'll just be doing some crazy shit to my hair. Sometimes I'll be detangling, but not from the bottom. I'm so much detangling from the top, and then I'm like, oh shit, I need to be doing it from the bottom, working my way up. So you need to actively be thinking about what you are doing to your hair that you could possibly be causing you to have breakage. If you are actively moisturizing your hair and sealing it with an oil that your hair likes, you are definitely going to notice a difference. Because if your hair isn't dry, it's going to be much harder for it to break. You're going to start seeing length. You're going to start seeing that your hair is actually growing, because it's not breaking off as easily as when it is dry. So make sure that your hair is moisturized. I just have a couple of products that I just want to show you quickly. Like I said, it's not going to be a product based video where you need to like have these products in order to achieve these results. I'm at a point now where I use the least amount of products and my hair is flourishing and it's just growing. So the main ingredient is going to be water, and the next one, an oil of your choice. I've got Jamaican black castor oil here. So water is the best type of moisture you can give your hair. Don't let anybody fool you. No product that you buy will be better than water. Okay, your hair needs and loves water, and it thrives when you give your hair enough water. So all the products that we buy, if you look at it, the good products, and I'm not talking about the cheap products where the first ingredient is just some word that you can't even pronounce. I'm talking about the products where the first ingredient is aqua. So that alone tells me that these products are there to mimic the effects that water, ordinary water, would have on your hair. Okay, so if you are spritzing your hair with water and sealing it with an oil or water as your base, water should always be your base, a cream of your choice, and then sealing it with an oil. I've got a cream. I didn't want it, like I said, to be a product based video, but I've got a cream that I use whatever cream works for you if you want to use a cream. And something that I've also started to do was to add glycerine to my water. If you do not have glycerine, please don't leave the house to go and buy glycerine. But I'm sure most people might have it in the house. So I'm just gonna show you how I mix it quickly. Got a little bit of water in here. I just take my glycerine and I pour it in. I just play it by eye. I don't really measure anything. Glycerine is soluble in water, so all you need to do is mix, 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 and it will just look like ordinary water. The reason why I started incorporating this is because it's going to start getting colder. The cold months are approaching and it's already starting to get a little cold outside. So what glycerine does is it helps your hair attract moisture from the surroundings. It's a humectant. It has the same type of properties like honey. Just to warn you, some people's hair likes glycerine, some people hate glycerine on their hair. Try what works for you. When I spritz this on my hair and seal it with an oil, whew, my hair feels so soft because it's attracting water molecules from the surroundings to my hair, making sure that it is lekker moisturized. The next one on my list is scalp massages. Guys, I can't even stress to you how important scalp massages are. Scalp massages are so beneficial to you, and it's $3.99. Like, you can be sitting watching whatever you're watching, just massaging. Oh, I forgot to take my scarf off. Let me know what you think about this look, guys. I think it's so cute and it's so simple. Just 2 loose braids, and I added these to the ends, and my ends are tucked and in bun. Next one is going to be protective natural hair accessories, guys. So if you do not have a satin pillowcase or a satin bonnet or anything like that, you need to get your hands on it, because if you are still sleeping on cotton, it's going to end up drying your hair out. So if you are doing or putting in all this work to moisturize your hair, sleeping on cotton, it's just going to suck all of that moisture out and defeats the purpose of all that work that you put in to moisturize your hair. When you are adding product to your hair and when you are detangling or trying to detangle your hair, try to do it under warm water. Sometimes you can just add some warm water to your spray bottle. It makes detangling or styling your hair so much easier, because your hair just, for me, my hair is just so much easier to manage when I use warm water. My hair is like mid back length at the back, and the front is just below boob length, but I keep on trimming my hair because that is the length that I am comfortable with. It is the length where I don't get so frustrated. So if my hair grows longer than that, I just trim it back to below boob length because it's comfortable for me. But I can definitely see when I am trimming my hair to maintain that length that there's a lot of hair that I'm cutting off. So that definitely means that there is something that I'm doing right. And definitely share with me what you do to your hair to keep it moisturized, or what you do to your hair to help it grow. So thank you so much for stopping by. If you are new, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let me know what you thought about this video. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for returning to my channel. I will see you guys in my next video.